Hello, and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. This is going to be a recap of the late night stream on Saturday. Well, the only stream on Saturday. The stream was a little bit shorter today because I had to go out for a bike ride. But besides that, we're pretty good. Bitcoin is dumping, but it finally happened. Bitcoin is dumping. I just laugh. Well, I don't really laugh. I feel sorry for the little peasant mice that thought they could outplay the corporate fat cats at their own game. They could actually sell before all the corporate fat cats sold. So they actually FOMO'd in above 9,000 or above 8,000. If you FOMO'd in above 8,000, you still have a chance to sell. But the little mice thought they could overplay the corporate fat cats. But no, the corporate fat cats are starting to sell days ahead of time. And that actually might force longs to actually liquidate, which would actually push us down even further. And people are going to panic because we know the halving's coming up. I think a lot of people were actually expecting a sell-off after the halving, but some of them didn't expect to sell right before the halving. But we've seen this happen before. This is nothing new. And people often do this. And the really rich people, they often pre-sell like the little mice that buy in. So the corporate fat cats, once again, got the better of you. The corporate fat cats and the whales. So you really shouldn't try to play off the corporate fat cats and the whales because they will beat you, eat you, and dance on your grave. And that's what the corporate fat cats have done with these pathetic little peasants. You will never be able to really outplay them, unfortunately. And yes, I do think we are actually going to go down quite a bit further. I actually do think maybe the next wave of dump will actually come on Tuesday after the halving. There is like a mining minimum of maybe like $4,400. I mean, $8,800 to keep them profitable. But we can actually temporarily crash below that. Remember, mining wasn't actually profitable during the hash war either, so they can actually sustain it for a couple of months. But eventually, it has to rise above that profitability line. So right now, the corporate fat cats and the whales are actually just playing with the little peasants and their little dollars. You think that your couple of dollars matter to push up the market? No, man. They have so much more money, and they can just take a dump on you at any time, and that's what's happening. These little peasants are getting a dump taken on them, a really nice, satisfying dump taken on them by these corporate fat cats and these whales. So you're not going to be able to beat them, and you are getting owned. The other thing is Coinbase actually had an outage. Yes, Coinbase did actually have an outage. It's not really surprising. I'm surprised that Binance actually didn't because everyone trying to rush to Coinbase to sell at the same time, they're not going to be able to handle that capacity. They're also not going to have like random servers sitting around eating money and doing nothing just for these events that happen once every month or once every 2 months. So outages like this at exchanges are going to be fairly common. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way these things actually work. So Coinbase actually had an outage. The other thing is, some of you are actually wondering why ZRX had a 150% pump. That's actually quite easy to explain, honestly. ZRX had a 150% pump because they actually changed and gave people an option for weekly stake payouts. Now, in a recession and a pandemic, that's going to be extremely, extremely popular because people want their money very, very fast. And since people want their money extremely fast, they're basically going to want to have the option of taking a weekly, daily, monthly payout, whatever. The shorter the period, the happier they're going to be. And since ZRX explained this, actually included it, people are rushing to ZRX because they want that consistent payout per week. Some of them might even want it to kind of like replace part of their paycheck, but I'm not really sure if that's really possible unless you have a lot of ZRX. So the weekly staking payout announcement is actually what caused the pump. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.